I overheard her whisper, "I love you," but not to me. It happened on one of those nights when the house was quiet, and the only sound was the hum of the refrigerator and the faint creak of the floorboards under my feet, and I had gone to get a glass of water. Nothing more, just one of those ordinary things you do without thinking, but as I passed the hallway, I heard her voice soft and tender, in a way that stopped me cold because it carried that tone that only comes out when love is real, the kind of tone she used to use with me when we were younger, when everything between us felt effortless and unbreakable, and I froze there in the dark, holding my breath. And then I heard the words, three small words that once meant the world to me. "I love you," and my heart leapt instinctively like it had been waiting to hear those words again, but before I could even feel that warmth settle in, I realized she was not speaking to me. Her voice was too hushed, too careful, meant for someone else on the other end of the phone, and in that moment, the floor beneath me might as well have vanished because nothing felt real anymore. I leaned closer, listening, though I hated myself for it, hearing her whisper words of longing, promises of moments they would share, and I stood there in silence, with my whole body trembling like a man watching his life collapse in slow motion. My wife, the woman who once promised me forever, was giving her heart to someone else in the exact way she used to give it to me, and I felt anger surge through me, hot and sharp, but behind it was something worse, a deep, hollow ache, because even as I stood there bleeding on the inside, I realized a part of me still loved her. I wanted to burst into the room and scream and demand answers, but I could not move. I just slid down against the wall, listening to the woman I thought I knew better than anyone confess her love to another man, as if our life together was nothing more than a cover for what she really wanted. When she finally hung up the phone, I stumbled back to our room and lay in the dark, pretending to sleep when she came in moments later and slipped into bed beside me. She curled close, resting her head on my chest, like she had done 1,000 times before, and I felt her warmth, her steady breath, her hand tracing lightly across me, and I could not help but think how cruel it was that she could give me that comfort while her heart belonged somewhere else. I wanted to push her away, but I also wanted to hold her tighter than ever, and that is what tore me apart, the contradiction of loving someone who was already gone in all the ways that matter. Since that night, I have lived in two worlds. One where I pretend everything is fine, smiling at her in the daylight, playing the role of the husband she wants me to be, in another where I replay those whispers over and over, hearing them echo through me like a wound that refuses to heal. And I ask myself every day if love is enough to survive betrayal, or if betrayal is the proof that love is already dead, and I wonder if I'm a fool for staying silent, or if I am just clinging to the ghost of what we once had. So tell me, if you were in my place, would you confront her and risk destroying everything, or would you carry the secret and the pain just to hold on a little longer to the love that is already slipping away?